사시
부기 조식 메토드람 리라빙시닌데 엠파디 상계 신두는데 우와기 조근남다 신나 주파쇼 이람 구루 라트나만달라 감유야다야미
상계
최당 소기 조남라 chanchubadudatni kapsuchi daki chunyen gibe sunamki jola penshir sangye drupasho
상계
chedan soki chonamla chanchubadudatni kapsuchi Daki chunyen gibe sunamki Jola penshir sangye drupasho
상계
Chedan soki chonamla Chanchu bardu dagni kapsuchi Daki chunyen gibe sunamki Jola penshir sangye drupasho. Somebody tell me the issue that we're in the middle of. I mean, do you remember?
Yeah, in the direct perception.
Yeah, during the direct perception of emptiness. Do you have a mind or not? Okay, during the direct perception of emptiness, does your mind shut down? Okay. Is the mind suspended? Okay, that was the question. Okay. So just remember where we are. And then, he was trying to go somewhere with the expression Yong Yong Tsampe So.
Yeah.
It's all experience.
Yeah.
But then we said, no. That expression, it's all experience, is not saying there's no state of mind. It's just saying there is a state of mind, but it's normal. It's also coming from sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're ready to start a new part. Okay. Dave, you want to read that?
Detana der Zinnam Hypergürte Loke Langne Sungnam Tada Gi Wempe Chir Chena.
Detana, if that's the way it is, okay. There, in that instance, meaning
In the direct perception
good.
of emptiness.
Yeah, there. Zinnam.
Holders.
The aspect of a subject mind, as opposed to the aspect of an object.
Okay.
The subject aspect, okay, as opposed to sunnam, okay, which comes in the next line. Sunnam, okay. So in that case, there would be a subject aspect at that point.
In that case,
There would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it says lo ke langne, past tense of ke len.
Taken or accepted.
Yeah.
Once you have accepted
That there's a mind.
that there's a mind,
Then you.
but okay, when
Oh, sorry. Oh, Wempe.
same as tongba,
When you see. Or
tongba.
don't.
Empty?
Oh, not there.
Well, I'm sorry. Which
Right
one?
here.
Oh, the Wempe. Okay, so you're saying it's this, so, but there is no, or we're far away.
Yeah,
from?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
devoid of
It's devoid of.
each and every. Tadak means tamche, but it's more strong. Each and every sunnam.
Object state of mind.
Yeah,
Or,
good. Object aspect.
Object aspect.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can have a subject aspect in the mind, but it's not going to have any object aspect. It's all suspended during the direct perception of emptiness. Okay, chinna, shinna.
It says.
Is that where you want to go?
Is that what you're saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
you got to go that way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have a subject state of mind, but there's no object. There's no object aspect. Aspect, of course, means how does the mind what's the flavor of the mind at that moment? Okay, it's one of the tsungdeng. It's one of the five qualities of the mind. It takes on a certain coloration, and the example in the Yoga Sutra is
A rose and a jewel.
Questions?
white paper with a ruby on the cover,
Mm-hmm.
and then it looks like the paper is red.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know there is this kind of flavoring in the mind of a subject. I can buy that, but subject. But in that case, there'd be no objects, no awareness of an object. Okay.
So is that Gyaltsab saying, or are you saying that there is?
I think it's him saying. I think he's saying that. Okay, I can buy the subject aspect, but then that means devoid of any and all object aspect.
But he's asking him, right? He's saying, "Are you saying?"
Yeah, if you say that,
Right.
I believe it's a Gyaltsab talking.
Okay.
If you say, I accepted Zinnam now, but we gotta say there's no Sumnam.
Right. Okay.
I believe, although it's very difficult here.
I guess we'll see.
And I don't trust my English because I change every day.
And there's no problem.
Kin mete,
No problem.
the chukin nambe wemba yinki,
It's correct to say
chunikin number
that it's devoid. That's
their kappa mijao. You can say that the mind is devoid of any aspect, which is a thing which is involved with dependence. It's a synonym for pretend.
Oh.
Okay. The definition of tendo is. What's the definition of dependent origination? Tenching do or chuma. Pratitya samutpada. What's the definition
That
of it?
which depends on something else to exist.
Yeah.
What's it in Tibetan? Tune dupa. Exists through reliance.
Oh yeah.
So this is the tu. It doesn't mean to see. Okay. Tucheki nabe wembe yinki.
So you could say that the mind is devoid of anything dependent.
Of any. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's have an aspect of subject which doesn't rely on an object as its support. Sure. Fine.
Right. Just a subject.
Yeah. I believe it's just super sarcastic.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about a mind which is devoid of
No problem.
any aspect which could rely on another thing. Meaning, let's say subject state of mind with no object. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Now this is the alambana thing, right? You got to get used to thinking of objects as the foundation, and mind as resting on it. Okay. The mind. There's blue out there, and then there's the perception of blue rests on the blue, and that's one kind of dependent origination actually. Okay. You got to have a mikten, object factor. Mikten. You got to have a blue for the consciousness of blue to rest upon.
Yeah.
Take away the blue, there's no awareness of blue.
Right.
Okay. There's no aspect in the mind, coloration of the mind of blueness, if there's no blue out there for it to rest on. Okay. Well, okay. You want to have the blueness in the mind without blue out there? Yeah.
Right.
Zinnam with no sumnam?
Okay.
That's like people say, subject with no object during the dark perception emptiness. But the word for subject in Tibetan is
Object holder.
object holder.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
And in Sanskrit, deshin, having a desha.
Deshan.
Desha means yule, like
Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Country or object. Perception. Object, subject, object is deshin is the one holding the desha. The word for subject is the object holder. Don't tell me there's subjects without an object.
Right.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Completely devoid of any. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna. That's not gonna be enough to stop the impression of a real nature to things.
Wow.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's not going to be enough to stop the impression. That's going to not be enough to stop the mental appearance of this chunyi. I take as a negative
Wow.
of a real nature to things. Okay, because that's what has to be happening in.
The direct perception of emptiness.
Yeah, good.
But
Okay.
I would.
It doesn't
okay.
have to meet
What do you mean it's a negative?
Normally, chunyi is a good thing.
Oh,
Normally, good chunyi is a synonym for
I see what you mean by that.
shunyata. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's dharmata. Dharmata. And normally, dharmata is a synonym for
Shunyata.
shunyata. I take it here as negative.
Because he's saying to gak it.
Yeah, we're trying to stop the impression that things have some quality of their own. I take it as dharmata here. The goal of what? The path of seeing, the direct perception of emptiness, is to stop this impression that things have the nature of their own. And all you want to do is take the blue away? Yeah, okay, man. Okay. You want to have a subject state of mind without an object, and you think that's going to stop you from thinking things have their own nature?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Can I translate mi jiao as good luck?
Okay.
Joe is it wouldn't have to do that.
And by the way, in
I
the
think it's
next
don't
line,
do it.
No,
oh, that wouldn't
it wouldn't
help.
have to do that.
It wouldn't
Right.
help to
Yeah.
stop the idea that things have their own nature.
Right.
It's not going to do anything to your bad habit of thinking that things have their own nature. Chunyi.
Yeah.
Okay? And I advise you, Chedo,
So
can you just think about something? He's continuing this style.
Yeah.
So
Let me ask that you just think about something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
So
that?
kinmete is just totally sarcastic.
I think it's
Oh, no
gotta
problem.
be.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
no problem. No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
such
perfect.
a punk.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of glad that thing happened to him with the poop out of the cow.
Perfect. Take away the blue, watch the blue, and that's going to stop your ignorance.
No problem. I like it.
Yeah,
I love that
okay.
I get to translate this.
I mean, I take it
I'm
this
so
way,
sarcastic.
but it's really difficult. Okay.
Sure you are.
Then he says, Chedo, the next paragraph says, come on, check it out, man. Chedo, at the end of the next.
Right.
Think about it.
Can you just please think about one thing?
Yeah.
Okay, Chedo.
Uh-huh.
Can you just please consider something? Okay. This is the one that means examine, right? DP. Can you think about a certain book that has a line that starts with Junwa Che? The great elements, Mahabhuta, Sachu Me Lung Namka.
I guess this is this same text.
Sachu Me Lung. Earth,
Sa, chu, water, fire, wind.
can you just try to think about it? There's a book that has a line starts with the great elements.
Nagarjuna? Isn't Ari Nagarjuna?
It's this text.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's later on in this text. Okay.
Right.
Now, he's attacking people who misinterpret this text.
Oh, misinterpret Nagarjuna, right?
Yeah, he's been attacking people. Right? Remember with the prostration, and they had all these weird ideas about the prostration.
Right.
And he was attacking them.
Yeah.
And now he's like, gee, there's a book that has a line in it. Starts with the great elements. And he's making a joke because it comes later in this book. So I went and got it for you.
From this.
Yeah, from
down
this
to
book
one of
and
those.
from this commentary.
Yeah.
Because we can't continue unless you understand that verse. So we're going to go ahead a year and a half and go talk about a very difficult verse. Because we can't understand this part without going to that verse. Okay.
Right.
So we're kind of, don't worry, we're not taking time up because it's going to...
Cut time later.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with it
Don't
later.
forget to translate it the same way.
Yeah.
I wasn't too worried.
Yeah, and at this point, I felt like I had to number the verses.
Right.
So
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing.
We've
Oh,
been.
look at that
I
one.
went and numbered them.
I can see if I
Maybe
can.
you did it already, I don't know.
Not all the verses, no.
By the way, this is probably wrong. This note to myself is
I
wrong.
can find the
But I
Sanskrit.
found 61 verses. I get 61.
Isn't that something?
Now, you tell me what happened here. Here's the 61st.
Gewadi, Kewoko, Tsunami, Shades.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
in fact, this seems to be where that verse comes from.
No kidding.
Wow.
Arya Garza wrote it, right?
And yeah, it's by Nagarjuna.
That's awesome.
And
That's so
it doesn't
awesome.
really count. It's just the ending prayer.
Dedication.
It's not a verse
So
on
don't
reasoning.
worry, the 60 verses don't have 61 verses.
That's the 61st
Uh,
verse of the
yeah.
60 verses. It's
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah,
Yeah, so
That's so
I think
freaking cool.
the Guardian said, I'll give you that one for free.
yeah.
And we
Okay,
took
I'm
it.
not going to call it the 61 verses.
The last
I'll write my own commentary on it.
So
right.
I like to be able to give the number of the verse that he's quoting in advance. Okay, it happens a lot in Stanley's text.
Uh-huh.
That whole thing about stainless vows and stuff, he took that from way down in the text, you know. And I have, because I translated the whole thing from a different commentary, I've numbered them all. I went through it with a lot of work. I made a dictionary for that Abhidharma. It took me like 3 years on the bus. 4 hours a day.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. But what I'm saying is I've already numbered all the verses. So we can actually jump ahead and see. What I wanted was that Nick be able to give the verse number
Mhm.
Yeah.
for the verse ahead. So
Check
we're
verse
gonna look up
35.
Junwa Che. Okay. Oops. And it's 35.
Uta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's
What
here's the verse 35.
Yeah.
So he jumps ahead to 35.
So I'm actually going to footnote my own text.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here I've got it in this, you know, I went and got it for you, Junguchi. Let's look at it, and then I also blocked out the root text in the commentary for you.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Guys.
So
Awesome.
let's do pieces which are incoherent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go do pieces which happen to be incoherent,
Yeah.
but it'll help you later. Okay, so Junwa Che, the elements, the 4 elements or the 5 elements, what are called the 4 elements or the 5 elements in Buddhism are called Bhuta, which means Junwa,
Buddha.
which means element,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes they're called Mahabhuta.
Mahabhuta.
Sometimes they're called the
Junwa
great elements.
Okay.
So that's Junwa Che. So it's
Cool.
Sachu Melum,
Yeah, of course.
earth, water, fire, and
La Sol.
wind.
Yeah, Sachimela.
Sometimes they add wood, sometimes they add consciousness, sometimes they add space.
Huh.
Okay, but anyway, the basic 4 are the same.
Uh-huh.
Lasok Shepa,
Explaining things such as the elements? Or?
things that were talked about, such as the elements.
Uh-huh.
Number Shesu Yang Dak Du. This Du means can be included into.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Okay, can be included into easily
Oh. Like the
into
Jews.
consciousness.
Uh,
These can be included into consciousness. If you understand, they lose it. And
Wow.
it's code. Okay, don't stress.
uh-huh.
Okay.
If you understand, you
Oh.
lose it. Okay. And wouldn't that be a wrong way of talking about it?
I'm glad that when I tried to translate some of these verses, it sounded kind of like
No,
that.
it's like an LSD, you know.
Yeah.
Nagarjuna, I love him, and we're gonna do wisdom after we finish Kamasina. Okay. So, isn't it a wrong way of talking about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a sarcastic question. Wouldn't that be a wrong way of doing it? Okay, got it. Now we'll go through his commentary to it. Let's consider causal
Okay, so
Physical
form.
and resulting physical form.
Directly.
This is Adam's text.
Yeah.
Let's consider the elements of physical form and the result of those elements. Okay? So the conglomerates, which are made from the elements, are called debusuk. Resulting. The table is a result of the interaction of the four elements in the wood.
Got it.
So the four elements are called causal physical form, and the table is called resulting physical form. So we divide all physical form into causal and resulting. Okay.
Would causal always be those four elements?
Usually, yeah. So let's consider causal physical form, which is the four great elements. So here he limits himself to Sachu Minmo. Okay. Let's consider the four, causal physical elements, and etc. from the verse. Okay, here's the first line of the verse. Joache, etc.
Yeah.
So he wants to explain what's the etc. Gyaltsab J is not going to sit there and let an etc. go by.
No way.
He says, what's the etc. mean?
Not on his watch.
Yeah, and here it is. De bui suk chu chik.
Suk chu chik 11.
The 11 forms.
of 11 resultant forms.
Mhm.
That's it. 11 resultant forms.
So I went and got you those. In the Abhidharma system, and in Adam's text, I believe, you're going to have 11 kinds of resulting physical, like tables. And you're going to have the four causal elements that underlie. So these are like the chemical elements of oxygen, iron, etc. And then the 11 are the things that they produce.
Compounds?
Yeah, they're like, well, we call them resulting form. So I went and got them for you.
Cocktails.
Where are they? By the way, here are the 11 types of forms. Okay, I went and got those for you.
Oh. Is that right below? Did you paste it in? Or?
Yeah, I did paste it in below. Yeah, go down like a page.
Oh, like a page down. Oh, I see. Thank you.
And I took it from Kachen Losang Supa, who is a great, great tantrika from Tashi Tumbo, teacher of Geshe Tutta Rinchen. Kachen Supa, teacher of Geshe Tutta Rinchen. The one with the puppies.
Oh, cool.
If you don't know the puppy story, talk to Jingli. Now, I found an extremely rare commentary on logic from Ratu Monastery, which is where the winter debates used to be held. And someone walked into the computer center with this book, and it's the only copy of the only commentary to the most famous logic book, which is from Rata. It's called Ratadura. And it happens to be that the former abbot of Rata is the last living Geshe from Tibet. Ratu Rinpoche, who's now 90. Last Lama Geshe from Tibet, still alive. My teacher was one of the last, but he is the last now. And so I took it to him and I said, let's print it, because I didn't have any money. And he had a lot of sponsors. Richard Gere was his student, and I said, "Come on, let's. You print it, I'll do the work. You pay, I'll do the work." So he said, "That sounds good." And so I worked on it, and I got it all ready for publication. And then he said, "I have no idea what this says, or I'm not that good at it. But my teachers, Kachen Supa, he's good.
Yeah.
You go ask him to check it, and then we'll publish it. You just have him check your work." So I went to Tashithumbo Monastery, which is a traditional seat of the Panchen Lama, and happens to be like a half-hour taxi drive from Saramay. And I said, "Well, I'm supposed to meet the abbot, Kachen Supa," and they said, "Okay, you wait here." And the monk took me into this room. And there was straw on the floor, and there was this old guy with no teeth, and skinny, and he's playing with this, he's feeding a puppy milk through an eyedropper, and he says his mother died. And I'm like, okay, I'm here to wait, and he said, okay, go ahead. And he's feeding this. And everything's dirty. He's all barefoot. And he's feeding this baby puppy milk, And I'm waiting, And then this attendant comes in and he says, well, let's get to it. And I said, yeah, well, show me the oven. And he says, that is the oven. I'm like, that's what? Oh. And he's a great logician. He was a very great logician and a great tantrika. So anyway, he wrote a dura. He wrote his own dura. And I used it for you. I used it for your 11. Because he has a good summary of the 11. Okay.
Is that's not the green book that you?
No, the green book is him.
But it's not the Seidura. Isn't it the Logic Primer of Rato?
Oh no, that's the one we printed. Yeah, it's upstairs somewhere. It's red.
Oh, it's red.
It's right there behind
Not when
James
you catch it.
Ellis.
Sometimes it's green.
Oh yeah.
Just to the left of the
No,
shelf.
all the way to the left. Second book to the left.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I'm so used to seeing that all the time. Yeah.
That's the book we published.
Green book?
Yeah.
So the green book is also
No, the red.
the green book
Purple.
is something else.
Purple. Yeah, that's it. I'm very proud of it. Extremely rare.
DMU.
Hot. Hot book. Thick. A lot of work.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Great book.
I like how it's bound.
Yeah.
It's translated?
No. That's Adam's next project.
Yeah, great.
Feeding puppies with an eye.
Yeah, feeding puppies. Okay.
It's a great book.
Only have a few minutes left.
Okay, sorry. So he has the 11. Here it is. Zule.
The
Okay,
kosha.
Zule. From the Abhidharma.
From the Abhidharma kosha.
Suk Sog Yuna.
The 5 heaps. I mean.
No.
No.
You.
Well,
Desha.
isn't it the objects of
Yeah, the 5 objects of the senses.
5 objects?
Starting with colors and shapes, okay?
Okay.
This suk doesn't mean skanda. It does
Means
not
stuff you can
mean
see.
all physical things. It means only visible things.
Uh-huh.
Suk is ambiguous.
Uh-huh.
It depends on context whether it means physical thing or colors and shapes. Here it's colors and shapes. Okay. Object of the eye. 5 objects of the 5 consciousness. And then the make, etc.
The eye.
The eyes themselves, the 5 sense consciousness themselves, are they physical or mental?
The sense consciousnesses themselves are
No, the eye.
is
Power.
physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eyeball,
Yeah.
optic nerve. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so far we got 10.
Yeah.
And throw in number chimayambisi.
Number.
Non-communicating form.
Oh.
Non-communicating form.
My goodness.
The aura that grows around a person after they took vows. The invisible aura, and that's considered physical, but it does not communicate their intention. So it's an Abhidharma idea. Okay? In the first moment of taking a vow, you're on your knees, you look like this, that's called Namara Chepe Suk. Communicating. It communicates your intention to other people. But then after you take your vows and you're out in your business suit, nobody can tell from your physical appearance what your intentions are as far as vows. And the Abhidharma system says when you take the vow, and if the vow's gay,
If they
if they
grow.
grow, then you get this cosmic photograph.
Sweet.
Is that in our school too?
Who's our school?
No.
It's a very Abhidharma
It's
thing.
not
isn't it?
talked about in any other school.
Geshe-la, sorry, you said the objects of the sense consciousness for the second one, but isn't it the sense powers? Miksok Wang Bonga?
No, Suk Sok Yunga is the 5 sense objects.
Right. Oh, okay.
Mikso Wambunga is the 5
5
sense
sense
powers.
powers.
Physical powers.
Right.
Physical seats of the consciousnesses. Your auditory nerve, your
Okay.
optical nerve,
That's what I thought.
the cells in your tongue that taste things.
Because these are the things made from the Mahabhutas.
Yeah, and the form that you take on after you took a vow.
Got it.
That's the 11. Now
Cool.
we can go back to the original. Do you have to go somewhere?
Me? I have to be in class at 1:45.
Oh, 1:45.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got lots of time.
I mean, I can pull in at the last minute.
Okay.
just can't be late because
So
they'll
I'm
lock
going
me out.
back to the verse. Okay, I'm going back up to the verse.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's consider the causal 4 elements,
I'm sorry.
and let's consider the 11 kinds of physicality that result from them, which now you know what they are: the 5 objects, the 5 sense powers, and the 1 special kind of form. Okay.
Yep.
Which are taught in sutra.
Mm-hmm.
So he covered the shepa. Here's the shepa in the verse.
Uh-huh. So it's gonna,
The teaching on the great elements, etc. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The teaching on the great elements, etc. He's covered it. Okay. Now shepa ni Maripe rang shinki number shepa la number tene number shamata mato yupa shami nupa number shepa kosuta. Rang shinki number shepa la number tene samato shami nupa. Maripe rang shinki number shepa la number tene. They show themselves, okay,
Uh-huh.
to the consciousness, okay?
Uh-huh.
Their aspect
Uh-huh. Number.
presents it. It's called, this is a sunnam, the object aspect,
Uh-huh.
okay? Assumed.
Uh-huh.
They show themselves to the mind whose nature is misunderstanding. So those
Uh-huh.
objects do present themselves. Here's they used as direct,
Right.
to direct. We had it in her text. Somebody tell me how.
direct them to bow to your feet.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
Was
that
it?
was Juke.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cause them to bow.
The Yoche got that.
Oh, the
Yoche.
other,
Oh,
the,
finished?
the supporting paraphernalia
Yeah,
got.
the
Oh,
objects were
given.
turned over.
Turn over.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, the Lungse and the.
Yeah, yeah.
Just badging
So
them.
here,
Yeah.
here's another
Yeah.
use of that rare word.
Uh-huh.
They present themselves.
Uh-huh.
Those 11 plus 4 is 15 objects, which were taught in sutra. They do present themselves to the consciousness, whose nature is ignorance.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. Number shawat sammato.
As an appear.
But all they can do really is just show themselves.
As a
Yepa
mirror.
shakti nupe. They cannot be decided, it cannot be established that they exist.
Huh.
They show themselves, but they cannot be established to exist by the state of mind which is ignorant. And so, let's just throw them into consciousness. Okay. Let's just include them into consciousness. This could be a description of kunshi.
Oh.
Okay, this could be a description of kunshi,
Huh.
which looks at the elements but isn't aware of where they come from.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah. It's just a
And we're gonna cover that in words
Words.
tag.
mind only.
Like miktepa, but not shitopa.
No.
You see them, but you don't understand them. Okay, sorry.
They
Your
present
mind is
themselves.
directed towards them, but you don't understand them to be part of the mind. Okay, in the mind only school,
Mm.
you see outer things, but you can't appreciate that they are coming from you. Okay, that they are part of your own mind, that they are seeds ripening in the kunshi. You think they're outside. Okay, got? So anyway, I suggest we include them into consciousness.
Uh-huh.
So let's go back to the verse.
Which one now? Oh, okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
from your own text.
Yes.
The great elements, etc., which have been taught. And what's the etc.?
The 11.
Good, yeah. Number shetsu yandaktu should be included into consciousness.
Consciousness. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
look like they're out there
Mm-hmm.
to the ignorant mind,
Yeah.
but in truth they should be included into the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's kong, meaning inside you, from Sage's text.
Uh-huh.
We said look inside kong. Here it means included into the set,
Concave.
included into consciousness.
Yeah.
Same word, kong, different spelling. Concept. Number shepa de rashiki kyo me pa shepe ni Jumla Sapa Demba Shimbang Tawar Chuna. Number Shepate, if that consciousness, okay, ever understood Shepa, that does never start on their own. Rang Shinki Kewa Mefa. If that state of mind were to understand that they I'm sorry. If you ever understood that the consciousness didn't start by itself, okay.
That's what I was
if you
gonna
ever
say.
understood that the consciousness didn't start by itself, then you would be freed. Your tell. Okay. You would be freed from any belief, deep-seated wrong belief. Shimba Shidra. You would be freed of any belief. In Majjhimika, Shamba means in self-existence, right?
Okay.
You'd be freed from any belief in the reality of the elements.
So that non-parshepa in the beginning is that's the thing that didn't start by itself.
I would take it to be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's go back to the verse. Okay.
This is pretty hard.
Yep. The great elements, etc., explained in sutra, okay, included into consciousness. When you understand it.
If you understand they lose it?
No, if you understand its nature of consciousness. De shepe. De is consciousness. If you understand it finally, then you are freed of any belief that the elements, etc., exist on their own. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a code. It's a secret code.
So wouldn't you have to grasp to the fact that those self-existent elements are wrong?
Pardon me, because
wouldn't you have to
grasp.
now get it that those self-existing elements are not what you thought?
Okay.
Those self-existing elements?
Yeah, the elements you thought were self-existing are not what you thought, you know. Wouldn't you have to realize that they are not what you labeled them?
Right.
Wrongly, lokpa.
Meaning things that exist.
Lokpar. Those things which you labeled wrongly are not even what you thought. Mayin nam. Wouldn't you get it by then?
Once you
it's
realize.
It's a question. Nam is a question mark. Wouldn't you get it? Yimba tala. Of course you would have to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, you would have to get it.
Wouldn't you get it once you understand that the objects of consciousness didn't...
It helps if you read the next two lines. Okay. Dorna jungso chembo rangshin mete.
Yeah, I got that.
You know, to just summarize everything.
Yeah.
The elements, etc. Okay, meaning the 11. These are not. They don't exist through any nature of their own. Rangshin mete.
Right.
Because they arise in dependence. Understood on their seats. They don't exist by nature because they arise in dependence. Okay. Number Sharwamato, except for the fact that they appear to the mind, this table, except for the fact that they appear to the mind, Chidin Yuba Shak Minute, we cannot say they are outer things. Chidin means outer things. We can no longer say they are outer things. They are just an object.
Of the mind?
Aspect of the mind.
Yeah.
They are just an object aspect of the mind. That's the point of this verse.
Right.
Okay? The elements are just an object factor in the mind. They don't have an outer existence.
Right.
Okay? Outer existing elements and 11 products of the elements, that's a good way to say resulting form. Okay?
Write that down.
Okay? Are just as existing as a Mosham Kipu.
As a barren woman. As a barren woman's baby. Yeah.
Yeah. as the child of a barren woman.
Yeah.
A sky flower.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Flower that grew in the middle of the sky. Okay? Got it?
Got it.
The physical things you think you see are just things appearing to your mind. Are just object aspects in your mind. Okay? And they have no outer existence independent of the mind, of the seeds. And if you said they have an outer existence independent of the seeds, they would be equal to the child of a woman who never had children. Okay, got it?
That's much better.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, plus, if you're in menopause, you're barren, but doesn't mean you don't have kids.
then he, by the way, the next part of his commentary, the next part of Gyaltsab J, way down below,
Yeah.
listen, stay with me,
I'm with you.
treats why zindoms exist.
Why subject states of mind?
Yeah, why
Exist.
subject aspects exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the part we just finished
Yeah.
is an explanation of why sumnams exist
Yeah.
and
Object.
how they exist.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Tables, coffees, green drinks exist as appearances to the mind. Okay? Sumnam. So
Yeah.
don't go telling me that there's no sumnam in this verse.
Right.
Way back when.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Now let's go back to where we were.
Okay.
Okay? When we're discussing the direct perception emptiness, don't tell me it's possible to have a subject side of the mind, but
Yeah.
not an object side of the mind, because this book itself says there's an object side of the mind,
Yeah.
back down in 35.
Right.
Okay? All right. Okay? Gyaltsab J, who's he talking to?
He's talking to
People who
yeah.
say the mind is cancelled during the direct perception emptiness.
Yeah.
Don't give me that stuff.
Yeah. Which is
Were we talking about the direct perception of emptiness in 35?
No.
No.
no. He's just saying the objects exist in
He
35
said,
in general.
you can have a zinam without a sunnam, and then we're explaining. He says tadar, sunnam tadaki wemba was the wording, totally devoid of any kind, any and all sunnams.
Uh-huh.
And then we just went down and explained what's a sunnam and why we do have them.
Yeah.
Is the 35 verse specifically talking about the direct perception emptiness? Probably not.
Yeah. So it doesn't. Yeah. Doesn't.
Okay. But I think the point of 35 is you cannot have a zinam without a sunnam.
Right. That's the point he's trying to make.
Yeah.
Because he started by saying, okay,
Yeah.
if you accepted Zinam, then you.
And following that explanation, which we don't have time to cover,
I know.
is the explanation in Zinam
Right.
in 35.
And that's more what the last guy was saying didn't exist anyway, right? No.
Originally.
Like they
Well,
never.
he started by saying no Zinam.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Then he said no Sunnam.
Right.
And we said, well, then you can have a cup sitting on a table with no table.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So we just went through that.
Yul Chen without a Yul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now we go back to.
Yeah,
Zinam.
now that was mean to go so far down. Okay.
It's a little bit.
And I guess we have to stop there, right? Are
Okay.
we done?
Yeah. I mean,
Is
it's
it time to
1:30.
stop?
This is the
This is
time
one
to
is-
stop. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Very difficult. Very
Yeah. It's
Back,
pretty
back.
It
difficult.
goes down to a later part of the book that we were trying to learn.
Uh-huh.
Thanks a lot. I don't like it when they do that.
Yeah.
The first dialogue does that a lot. He proves chapter 1 with chapter 8. You're like, I haven't gone to chapter 8 yet.
Yeah.
We should probably build off chapter 1 anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the truth. But it's a custom to do that.
Okay. Well, thank you. Sashi Pugi Jukshin Metok Cham Rira Blingshin Yende Gempadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Drokun Namda Shingla Juparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Gewa Di Kewo Kun Sunam Yeshe Tsokso Shing Sunam Yeshe Le Junwe Tampa Kunyi Toparsho